The 2010s gave us some incredible Mario music, so let's try to piece together the best of the best. I'll only be including the main Mario titles of the last decade, so possible contenders include Super Mario Galaxy 2, Mario 3D Land, New Super Mario Bros. 2, Mario 3D World, Mario Odyssey, and New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. So without further ado, let's-a go! When I first heard Double Cherry Pass, this song helped Mario 3D World stand out in a more distinctive way. The main melody is played on a violin, and it is absolutely lovely. This is paired with some jazz instrumentals and a fairly energetic beat. This song is used in a lot of the faster paced levels, and of course where the Double Cherry was introduced. And it works perfectly for that. The violin in jazz has a very strong timbre, but the drums and piano are more mellowed out, creating a well-layered beat. When playing, this song brings you joy and comfort, but also keeps you on your toes. This might be a song that you forget exists, but then when you hear it again, it's stuck in your head for hours and hours. Mario 3D World has such an interesting music template, because it mashes the older synthesizer sounds with jazz and somehow made it work. This is honestly such a unique piece for a Mario game, and you'll come to realize that in the 2010s, there is so much variety and evolution in Nintendo's music. You want to talk about a song that just puts a stupid smile on your face? Super Bell Hill is guaranteed to accomplish that. Like I was saying before, Mario 3D World focuses heavily on using jazz, and man is this pulled off well in Super Bell Hill. This is the first song you'll hear in the game, and it is so goddamn cheery. Even if you don't like this game, you can't go wrong with this song. Its gentle yet enlightening textures could put anyone in a great mood. And you know, sometimes overly happy music can come off as a bit annoying or overdone, but not this one. The instrumentation that was picked creates a very mature sound that anybody can enjoy, and it sets the tone for the rest of the game. You know that at the very least that you're in for a fun time. On the topic of strong introductions to a game, Sky Station Galaxy sets the bar incredibly high and never really dips. By the way, expect most of this list to be Mario Galaxy songs, because they're just so freaking good. The approach with the Galaxy titles was to use an orchestral sound font, which at first doesn't sound like the best idea for a game where you're a plumber running around stomping on turtles collecting colorful star bits. You may think that it just wouldn't fit, but since the setting is in space, the tone of the game is so drastically large and crazy that it meshes way better than you'd expect, especially when you're flying through a launch star. Just seeing Mario soar through the endless sky with this powerful music creates the most magical feeling imaginable. This is the song you'd expect to hear at the end of a game, but no, this is slapped into the first level. Sky Station Galaxy says to buckle up because you're about to be on the ride of a lifetime. While technically this song originates from Mario 64, this remix is so amazing that it more than deserves to be on the list. Bowser's Lava Lair is played in a few of the Castle Galaxy, and it sets the most intimidating tone. We all know Bowser fights have always been pretty easy, but the build up to this is immaculate. It feels like you're about to take on the biggest, baddest mofo on the other side of town. I mean, come on, the chorus is singing the melody with a dark timbre backing it up. The song has a great dynamic range, where it stays quiet at the beginning and picks up the forte for the big, grand moments. Nintendo loves to recreate their older music, and this one does so in a way that it feels fresh and new all over again. The sound is so much crisper and more dramatic, and honestly, I wouldn't want it any other way. Here's something a little different. Puzzle Plank Galaxy goes for an almost westerny or Texan kind of style. The violin dominates this piece with soft electronic keys in the back. It's interesting that the tempo is so rapid, considering this is supposed to be a puzzle-like level, which would normally be accompanied with more tame music, but Puzzle Plank maintains an exciting beat while also being quite relaxing. You know that feeling you get when you're doing a quick 10-minute stroll to a friend's house or driving to a gas station for a snack? It's that state of mind where you really aren't doing anything too important and you feel at zen. That's kind of what this song brings out. It almost feels like a natural extension to life, although maybe that's a little overdramatic. Puzzle Plank just has such a soothing beat. I'd say it's slightly more memorable than some of the other songs we've already talked about. So we first heard this song in a trailer for Mario 3D World, and this was the trailer that finally got everyone excited for this title. It's used for boss music against, well, Hisstocrat the Slithering Snake, and it's a really fun listen. Like a lot of 3D World songs, the jazz instrumentation is dominant and has an intense yet gratifying feeling towards it. On top of the jazz is a really soft and catchy drum beat, and this zany-like keyboard part. I don't even know if the instrument is a keyboard, but it almost sounds like a cat saying meow over and over, and it complements the overall piece perfectly. Now, this is a song that some might say has been overplayed, which I would agree with to an extent, but why is this overplayed? Because it's the best song in Mario 3D World, which is saying a lot for how much music is in that game. Man, that first time playing Super Mario Odyssey was one of the greatest experiences of my life. Getting to watch the cutscene with Mario and Bowser battling it out and figuring out how to use Cappy in the Cap Kingdom was a great introduction. But the real fun begins in Cascade Kingdom. God damn, what a way to start a game. Fossil Fuels is not only a gorgeous looking level, but the music is so encapsulating. As someone that has grown up playing Mario games, I had the greatest goosebumps when I first entered this kingdom, and that is thanks to the music. The timbre is incredibly strong and almost brave in a weird sense. The music lets you know that this is going to be a phenomenal adventure game. That's something that Mario games are really good at doing, making good first impressions. But Mario Odyssey is basically kissing my toes and carrying me away on a pedestal. If you close your eyes, it almost feels like you're lightly floating through a wide open jungle with loads of things to see and do. Sometimes, I kind of want my memory to just fade away so I can experience this song again for the first time, because the joy that came from it is truly unforgettable. Let's step back from the more epic songs and go to one of the most beautiful, the Luma in the Hat. You just finished Mario Galaxy 2 and watched the credits, only to be greeted by Rosalina in her library, surrounded by her Luma. While this piece sounds incredibly sad, it's used as a celebration for reuniting all the Luma once again. The Luma you traveled with still has your hat, and Rosalina unlocks the second half of the game, the ludicrous amount of green stars. I think that this song hits everyone in a different way. As soon as you heard the softness of the music, I came to the realization that the game was over. I had nothing else to experience, and that was depressing considering how fun Mario Galaxy 2 is. But then Rosalina comes out of nowhere, announcing that there's even more stars to find, which for me was a shocking and tear-dropping moment. We're led on to believe that the game is finished, but surprised to find that there's still more to do. Now, this really only applies to those that enjoy the green stars such as myself, but it's a really gripping moment that you didn't expect from this game. But before getting to the sappiness, we had to take on the big bad Bowser. And like Galaxy 1, the final Bowser battle goes all out on the orchestration and choir. I think it's fair to say that the word epic is heavily overused in today's vocabulary, but good heavens, this song is exactly what epic is. You'd expect to hear this in some AAA action movie, but instead it's in a Mario game, and it fits! Even though the Bowser fight is extremely easy and you don't get to hear much of the song, it is so damn good and makes the fight so much better. I remember first hearing music from Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 and realized that video game music can be enjoyed by anyone with how expanded it's become. Now, I know there's more epic music like this in older games, but I didn't truly realize its potential to make games so much more exciting until playing this. Now, before moving to number 1, there's just way too many Mario songs from the last decade that are straight up slappers. So in no particular order, here's a sample of honorable mentions that didn't quite crack the top 10. And with all that said and heard, let's move on to number 1. I can see a lot of people disagreeing with me on this one, and I think it's the one Mario song that suffers from being overplayed to the maximum. This is common for anything that gets popular. If it's overexposed too much, then everyone ends up hating it. But let's go back to when we first heard Jump Up Superstar, and how goddamn awesome it was. First hearing this piece while running around New Donk City made me extremely emotional. Nintendo managed to create a level that felt new, nostalgic, and fun all at the same time. In this infectious piece has wonderfully corny lyrics, a kick-ass motivational beat, invigorating jazz. I mean, what more could you possibly want? This is about as video gamey as video game music can get, and that's the whole point, isn't it? It not only accomplishes that, but it's great to listen to on its own too. Again, the lyrics are really corny, but who freaking cares? It's for a Mario game where nothing makes sense to begin with. This is a song that won't just be remembered in the 2010s, but for a lifetime. And that is about all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks a bunch for watching. I'll see you all next week, so take care.